What's up, gamers? My name is Patty Fatty Cake, and I am bored senseless of skilling. Recently, I set myself to max out my Runescape account, but it is just mind-numbingly boring to do, and I want to break it up a little bit and share a little bit of my opinions with you on what the best skills in the game are. Of course, these are not just my opinions, but this is the official Jagex tier list of skills, and I'm going to be ranking these not on like any type of like prestige, like which one is like the coolest 99 to have or anything. This is just about which skill is best. I'll let you think about that one. For this, I'm using tierlists.com. Somebody already made this for me, so that is nice of them. Whatever they made on their tier list, they are incorrect. This is the correct one, officially. I have no clue what this thing is, or is this like the... Is that like a prayer cape? I don't know what this is, so that's just automatically going into the F tier along with this guy. Yeah, just we're gonna start with a clean slate, and those things that aren't real, those can just stay down there. Before I get into it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It makes me very happy. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe later, but please don't. I'm just gonna go straight up in order here that whoever made this, what is their name? I don't want to like mess everything up. There's a million ads here, but OMFG, what a name, made on here. But the agility skill, I'm sorry if any of you guys are into it, but we're going to solidly put this into the D category. It's useless, it's useful to have high agility, but agility is just completely aids to train. You're just running around in circles. It's quick intensive. There's no AFK methods. Honestly, I've talked to myself. Agility is an F tier skill. We're just going to put this in with our friend, whatever the fuck that is, and some cape that isn't in the real game. Next up, we got attack. Attack is super dope, as all combats are. We're going to put that into the A tier. There's a lot of combat skills. I wouldn't say that attack is the best combat skill, but it does unlock a lot of new weapons for you to use. It's super useful. Combat is the only part of the game that makes any sense, so we're just going to put that in right there. Construction. We're going to put this one in the B tier. It's super fast to train. Actually, on second thought, we're bumping this one down to C. It is very quick, but it's insanely click intensive. There's no AFK methods available for construction, and it's absolutely going to murder both your wrist and your bank account. So construction, sorry, you're a C-list skill. Cooking, we're going to bump this guy up to B. I know it's kind of like everybody's newbie first 99, but there's a good reason that it's everybody's newbie first 99. It is fast. You're getting like 200 to 300k per hour fairly early on into the grind. You can either do wines, which are a little bit quick intensive, or there's some more AFK methods like sharks or anglerfish, which even profit you near the end when you stop burning this at the Hosidious kitchen. Due to those, we're going to put this in the B tier. Just solidly pleasant skill all around. Crafting, same as cooking, solidly B tier. This one is super fast, fairly AFK depending on the method. There's actually methods that are fairly, I wouldn't say AFK, but pretty relaxed bank standing that you're getting like 200 to 300k an hour. It is going to murder your bank account if you're doing this one correctly, which is the fast way. So I'm not really quite A tier, but I like crafting. We're putting that in B. Defense, same as attack. I know it's like not everybody's favorite combat skill. It's not flashy, it's not sexy, but it is a combat skill, and combat is sick. It's super useful. You're going to take less damage. If anything, I'd downgrade this to like an A.5 tier, like in between A and B, but I don't think it's quite B tier with cooking and crafting, so we're going to keep that one up there in the A tier. Farming, this one's actually a hard one for me to place. I enjoy farming. It's like a daily. It's kind of like agility, but like with plants in the middle of it. But instead of the agility EXP where you're getting like 200 EXP for this round trip around the rooftops, you're getting like 200k EXP for this round trip around Gielinor. So farming, solid A tier skill. I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to put it there, but yeah, kind of like defense. I'd put that in between A and B, but I'm gonna leave that in A for now. We might downgrade it in a little bit. Firemaking. I think that's another solid B tier skill. It's not really AFK. Everybody's going to do Wintertod to 99. I don't see why else you would do it. The Redwoods are faster. It's also super click intensive. Why? There's enough click intensive things in this game. Why would you train it using that when you could just do a really relaxed Wintertod run, get some log slots, there's a pet in it. Yeah, just do Wintertod. Do Wintertod to 99. It sucks. You have to turn your chat off the entire time, but whatever. Solidly B tier skill. Fishing, might catch some flack for this. Fishing is D tier. Fishing sucks. The EXP is slow. It is AFK-ish. That's what the only reason it's not in F. Actually, it is super AFK. We're going to bump that one up to C. I'd put that one in between C and D. It is worse than construction. It is a worse skill for sure, but it is super AFK. Fletching, I don't really know where to put this one. This one's a little bit difficult. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to put this into B. You can get over 1,000,000 EXP per hour. You can get a 99 in like half a day with fletching darts. So we're going to put that one into B. If you're doing fletching correctly, it's going to cost you a shitload of money. If you're doing it incorrectly, just by doing like bows, stringing bows and stuff, I've actually put that one down in the C or D category just because it is so mind-numbingly slow, yet AFK-ish. So yeah, I guess depending on the methods, if you're doing the kind of like bogus bow methods, you're looking at a C tier skill. If you're doing darts, we're looking at B tier, and you should be doing darts or bolts. Bolts are fine. It's kind of like a little bit of an in between there, but yeah, I'll leave that one in B. Herblore, I cannot think of a more solidly B tier skill. Fast as hell, kind of AFK-ish, super relaxed, but the super relaxed methods are actually getting you god tier EXP in this. You're looking at like 250 to like 400 EXP an hour doing just potions at a bank. It is going to cost you everything in your bank. Hunter is a solidly C tier skill. I was gonna put it in D originally, but it's not that painful. And there's one reason it's not that painful. It is monotonous. It is click intensive. You should be 3-ticking it, but the best method to train this does happen to be in the wilderness, and it is a PvP hotspot. It's super fun to anti-PK here. Just gear up. You're not going to be skulled, so you're already going to have that 3-item advantage over your opponent. If they're in salad robes, which they probably are because they're PKing at chins, you're just going to have way better gear than them, and even if you're a shitty PKer like I am, you're going to be able to deal some massive damage and maybe even get yourself a couple of those kills. Magic, same as before, solidly A tier, like not even from a combat perspective, but also from a combat perspective, just has a ton of extra utility around the game. This one might be our first closer in on here, close to like S tier. I'm going to keep it in A for now, but it's just massively useful and honestly one of the best skills in the game. Mining, there we go. Worst skill in the game. Not much to say about it. Mining fucking sucks. Solidly F tier. If there's anything below F tier, if they made it, I might even like leave this off the list because it's so bad. Like honestly, whatever the fuck this thing is better than mining. Prayer, I'm gonna put that in a B tier. It kind of just feels more like a B tier skill. I know it is like kind of technically a combat skill, but not really. It's not really a combat skill. You don't train it with combat. You train it with bones at the Chaos Altar and not using a gilded altar because you're not a coward. You were doing this in the wilderness, and it's just extremely fast EXP. It's not AFK if you're doing it correctly. You got to click between the altar and all of that. But yeah, solidly B tier skill just based on its utility in game and how quick you can get this skill to 99. Range, solidly S tier. The best combat style in the game currently. You got the twisted bow, you got the blowpipe. Even post nerf blowpipe is unreal. Range is going to be our first S tier skill, and for good reason. It is best in slot in so many places, and it has been for so many years. It just really isn't outclassed by any combat style in the game yet. Runecrafting, solidly D tier. There we go. We got something in the D tier category, even after Gardens of the Rift. And I know my last video was kind of like praising runecrafting, but runecrafting still fucking sucks. It's just that it sucks so much less now, or I guess that it sucked so much more in the past that even making it slightly better, even making it into the D tier category makes it seem like it's not a bad skill anymore. But it still is. It's still super slow, mind-numbingly boring, and quick intensive. Fuck Runecrafting. Slayer, everybody's favorite skill. I'm gonna pop this bad boy into the C tier category, and I know what you're thinking. Am I fucking crazy? Maybe, but this skill is extremely slow, monotonous. There's really not much variance to it. You just get assigned a monster to kill, you kill the monster, and repeat. It's like agility, but like with killing monsters in game. Solidly C tier skill. Moving on to smithing. It's just like a B tier skill. It's kind of like all these other ones that I have in here. It's just like the same skill basically. It's not super AFK like some of the other ones in here, but the EXP rates are pretty crazy at Blast Furnace. It's mind-numbingly boring. You're just running back and forth, but that's fine because you're getting 300k EXP an hour. You're running through Sunbank. It's not really as bad as something like Prayer or Herblore, but the next S tier skill right here coming in with strength. It is the best of the melee combats. It gives you max hits. Everybody loves strength. It's just cool. It's cool to have maxed out strength, and for that reason, I think that it does transcend the A tier category of the other combat skills and make it into the S tier. Finally, we have woodcutting. Woodcutting would be down here in the D tier with runecrafting. However, but one update. This update is really old, so I don't really think I should be calling it an update, but one piece of content. So that piece of content that I'm talking about is Redwood. Redwoods is the most AFK skilling in the game. It's absolutely sick. You just like chop that tree and check on it 5 minutes later, and you're getting like probably like 50, 55k an hour, something along those lines, depending on like how AFK you really are. No other skill in the game has AFK that is this AFK and gives you that much EXP per hour. Honestly, if Jagex did want to fix mining and fishing for that matter, they should just make some redwood equivalent to it. Like fishing, you have a redwood equivalent, which would be anglerfish, but they give you like 120 EXP, something like that. Somebody's gonna correct me, but it's something along those lines. Versus the redwoods give you like 300 or 400 or something like that. Yeah, if Jagex like did want to fix skilling as a whole, or at least like some of these other skills that nobody wants to train, make a redwoods equivalent for mining and a redwoods equivalent for fishing, please and thank you. And I'm totally kidding. Slayer's definitely an S tier skill.